Hi everyone, we're going to start in a 4-point kneel today. Make sure that your wrists are aligned with your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Taking a breath in, we're going to exhale and raise the opposite arm and opposite leg out straight. Then return them back to center on an inhale. Again, exhale and opposite leg and opposite arm. Reach out. Inhale to lower back down. The key of this exercise is balance, so you want to keep your torso and your pelvis as still as possible whilst working through the movement of the limbs. You want to keep that belly button in towards your spine and keep your back as flat as possible in tabletop. Imagine there's a glass of wine resting on your back and you don't want to spill it. If you find that you are unstable and you're wobbling, you can just use the arms or just move the legs. And on the next extension, we're going to hold and lower and raise. So we're tapping the ground with our fingertips and our toes whilst maintaining a strong and steady center. Few more here. Keep going. Make sure you don't rush the exercise. You really want to feel that stretch, so reach as far as you can forward with your fingertips and stretch that toe back. And we're now going to prepare to crunch in, bringing that opposite elbow to the opposite knee. When you crunch in, try your best to really move through that thoracic spine and curl yourself up like a ball. I find that it helps to try and look towards the knee as well so that we can really get that thoracic movement. You want to exhale as you come in and just really squeeze all of the air out. And this is the last one. We're going to hold our leg out straight and bring our arm back down and just extend the leg over, medial and lateral. So we're tapping on one side of the foot and the other side. Keep going and don't forget to breathe. Keep that leg straight and just tap it over. We're doing 10 here, so we have about 4 left to go. Keep going. Make sure you don't arch into your lower back. Don't raise the leg too high. And last one. Excellent. Lower your leg back down, back into tabletop, and we're going to do the opposite side. Remember, long extension, reaching as far as you can with those fingertips and really stretching out with that leg. Keep your gaze just ahead of you at the level of the front of the mat so that you don't increase any pressure or tension in that spine. And into the crunch now, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Keep going. You should be feeling this very nicely in the core. Maintain your balance. Just a couple more. And this should be your last one. And then we're going to lower that arm back down. And now with the extended leg, we're going to tap medial and lateral to the bent leg. Remember to take your time. Don't arch into your lower back and keep the leg straight. With regards to the upper body during this exercise, it's important to push into the ground. Just imagine you're pushing the ground away from you. Don't sink into that upper body. We don't want to create any unnecessary tension, and keep those shoulders away from the ears. And your last one. And rest your leg back down, back into the 4-point kneel. And reach back into a child's pose and just stretch your back. You can place your hands behind your back if you'd like to, and just release any tension that may have formed in the wrists. Take a few deep breaths in here. And now we're going to roll over onto our back as we prepare for a Pilates bridge. This exercise is called a glute bridge as well because you're supposed to feel it in your gluteal muscles. What you want to do is start with your feet not too far away from your glutes, and laying on the ground you want to peel yourself up vertebra by vertebra off the ground to the top, where you take a very short pause and roll yourself back down. Visualization is so important in Pilates, so think about that mind and body connection. We want to feel this in our glutes, so imagine squeezing your glutes without arching too much into your back at the top. Going to get ready now for a glute march, so we're going to hold at the top and then alternating raise a bent leg up to the midline and lower back down. Now it's so important here that we keep our pelvis straight. That's the name of the game, pelvic stability, so that we can ensure we are working through our core. The second thing is to make sure you don't arch into that lower back. You want to keep a straight line from your pelvis along your core to your sternum and upper chest. Make sure you breathe during this exercise and don't rush through the movement. Those hip bones should be facing straight ahead, and we don't want them tilting side to side. Just one more here. And then what we're going to do is hold that bent leg, hands by the side of your head, and extend and bring it back in. Extend and bring your knee back in. When we're doing this, the focus is actually on the right glute, which is the one with the legs staying still. We want to feel the pressure building up in that gluteal muscle as it works hard to keep that pelvis stable. Keep going here, and remember not to rush it. Remember not to arch into your lower back. Don't lift your hips too high. And last one, lower that foot down. We're going to do the opposite side. Again, bring the leg in, extend straight out. Reach as far as you can with that toe. We really want to lengthen. And remember, when we're bringing the leg back in, we don't want to rock the pelvis side to side. The pressure should be building up now in that left gluteal muscle as it works hard to keep us stabilized. And we are almost done. A few more. And lower down. Bring your foot down to the mat and hug your knees into your chest and just release any tension that may have formed in the lower back and in the gluteal muscles. You can stretch your arms out beside you or above, just release any tension and pressure. Take a few deep breaths here and let's just recalibrate. It's so important in Pilates to move with your breath, and no exercise more so than the hundreds. We're now going to prepare for that, and there are a few modifications one can make. We can either just raise the head off the ground and look between the thighs as so, or if it's available to you, you can raise one leg into tabletop or both legs up into tabletop. For a more advanced option, for the more advanced amongst you, you can straighten the legs, and more advanced, lower the legs and keep them straight. So choose your option that you want to go with for the hundreds, and let's just take a few breaths and ready ourselves before we begin. I'm going to go with legs in tabletop, and we prepare in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 4, 5, out 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Remember, look between the thighs. Do not cross your chin down to your chest. You should be pro level at this now. We are day 3. Keep going. Feel that tension building in the core. That is it working. In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. 3, 4, 5. If whatever leg positioning you have chosen becomes too difficult, remember you can go to another modification that works for you. This isn't about punishment. We are working to get stronger, and that sometimes looks different on different days. Let's keep going. We're not going to give up. Choose a modification if you need. We are almost there. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. And we're done. You can relax your head down to the mat and bring your legs down. We're going to take a nice stretch here. I like to lift up almost into a glute bridge and just release any tension there in my lower back. And as always, I think I do this quite often. Hug your knees into your chest and you can roll side to side just to release that lower back and give yourself a bit of a massage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is day 3 of the challenge. Bye!